The war in China began in 1937, 2 years before the global conflict. Over the next 8 years, China endured brutal battles, massive civilian casualties, and a shifting political landscape. Despite being poorly equipped and facing internal divisions, China's resistance tied down a significant portion of Japan's military, preventing its further expansion. Understanding China's role in World War II is key to recognizing its influence on the war and the post-war world. Tensions between China and Japan had been growing for decades. Japan's invasion of Manchuria in 1931 and the creation of the puppet state of Manchukuo signaled its ambitions. However, full-scale war erupted on July 7, 1937, following the Marco Polo Bridge incident. This small skirmish escalated into an all-out invasion. Japan's initial advance was swift and brutal. Major cities like Beijing, Tianjin, and Shanghai fell within months. The Battle of Shanghai, August to November 1937, was one of the first large-scale battles, where China deployed hundreds of thousands of troops but ultimately suffered defeat. Japan continued pushing deeper into China, occupying vast regions. The nationalist government, led by Chiang Kai-shek, moved to Chongqing, making it the wartime capital, and continuing resistance despite immense losses. Despite facing a technologically superior enemy, China managed key victories. The Battle of Taiyuan, 1938, inflicted heavy Japanese casualties. However, strategic setbacks, such as the loss of Wuhan, forced China into a prolonged defensive war. The Battle of Changsha, fought in multiple stages from 1939 to 1944, symbolized China's resilience. Though Japan controlled much of eastern China, the country's vast geography and persistent resistance prevented total conquest. China became a major Allied power as World War II expanded. After Japan's attack on Pearl Harbor in 1941, the U.S. increased aid, including financial support and military supplies. The American volunteer group, known as the Flying Tigers, provided air support. The Soviet Union initially sent military aid, but after Germany invaded the USSR in 1941, its focus shifted to Europe. Britain also played a role, securing the Burma Road, a critical supply route to China. However, tensions arose between Chiang Kai-shek and Allied commanders, particularly U.S. General Joseph Stilwell, who criticized the Chinese military's inefficiencies. These disagreements affected Allied coordination in China. China also faced internal conflict. While nationalists and communists had a temporary alliance against Japan, they often clashed. Mao Zedong's communist forces focused on guerrilla warfare, gaining influence in rural areas. The communist-led 8th Route Army launched campaigns against Japanese forces while strengthening its own position. By war's end, Mao's influence had grown, setting the stage for the post-war Chinese Civil War. As Japan overextended itself, its war efforts faltered. The 1944 Japanese offensive, Operation Ichigo, sought to secure key areas in China, but failed in its objectives. In 1945, with the dropping of atomic bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki and the Soviet invasion of Japanese-occupied Manchuria, Japan surrendered on August 15, 1945. The war in China had ended, but new struggles lay ahead. Despite being on the victorious side, China was left in ruins. Millions had died, cities were devastated, and the economy was shattered. The nationalists and communists soon resumed their civil war, which ended in 1949 with Mao Zedong's victory and the establishment of the People's Republic of China. Chiang Kai-shek's government retreated to Taiwan. China's World War II experience weakened Japan's grip on Asia and solidified Mao's rise to power. While often overlooked, China's resistance was crucial in delaying Japan's expansion and contributing to the overall Allied victory. China's role in World War II was one of immense suffering and resilience. From early battles in Shanghai to the final push against Japan, the country endured one of the longest and bloodiest conflicts of the 20th century. Though often overshadowed in Western narratives, China's struggle was a key part of the fight against the Axis, proving that determined resistance, even with limited resources, could shape history.